I'm Rebecca Zung, divorce attorney, and I am revolutionizing the conversation about divorce. Today's topic is from transition to transformation. I once heard someone say that out of chaos comes clarity. One of the things we all share in this human experience is that we've all had to endure difficulty. Not one of us gets to skate through without some storms to weather or some heartache. And one of the things that separates us from the animals is our ability to feel emotions, which can be wonderful, but it can also be really traumatic. I am a divorce attorney. I deal with one of the most traumatic events in a person's life. Some think that divorce is actually worse than death, because in death, people surround the surviving spouse, bringing them casseroles and flowers, and there's a dignity in death. In divorce, the people often are feeling isolated and alone. Friends don't know which side to choose, and there are no casseroles. There may be support groups, but divorce in our society still means failure. It's still better to be married 50 years in complete and utter misery than the stigma and pain of divorce. While not everyone goes through divorce, also part of the human experience is facing transitions, whether it's going from one school to another, from one job to another, from one relationship to another, or losing a loved one through death or illness. We all have to experience transition. So what if we saw every adverse situation as not something to endure, but as an opportunity? What if I told you that you could be, do, and have everything that you want by simply deciding what your life is going to be? Make a decision that within you, you possess your own redemptive power in knowing that you don't have to be an effect of everything that's ever happened to you. You can be the cause. What do I mean by that? I mean that the person who you think you are sitting there watching me today is not necessarily who you really are. You are a product of every hurt and pain you've ever experienced, and then reacted to it as if it was real and had everything to do with you, when it probably had nothing to do with you. And now you think, I'm shy or I'm tough. But this is not who you made a choice to be. You can make a choice to be a powerful expression of what it means to live in this human experience. There's a book called The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, which talks about the idea that people can turn lead into gold, that 2 times 2 only equals 4 if that's what you want to continue to believe. It can actually be whatever you want it to be. Try this for a day. When you wake up in the morning, declare, I am powerful and confident. Start just with that. You can add more later. Then decide with every interaction that you have that day, who's having this conversation? The powerful and confident one, or the person I wound up being with all my angst and insecurities? Who's having this conversation with my boss, with my coworkers? Who's walking into this room? Who's having these dark and unproductive thoughts? Filter every single thought and interaction you have through this, because you've already been thinking your other thoughts for years and years. Now you have to retrain yourself. Your words and your thoughts are your commands to the universe. You're doing it anyway, so you might as well do it consciously. Don't be a prisoner of who you wound up being. Decide today who you really are and go for whatever it is that you want. Literally, the only thing stopping you is yourself. And this is going to be critical for when you start your new relationship and opening that space and giving that person somebody that is whole and complete. One of my favorite quotes is from Marianne Williamson, and I leave you with that today. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be?